sustainability. I request Ms. Sri Devi to welcome Mr. Varun with a sapling. Thank you, ma'am. Before we delve into the session, I would like to take the opportunity to run you through the profile of our resource person. He, with over 5 years of dynamic experience in the IT industry, brings a well rounded expertise in SIEM, threat intelligence, and production support across diverse sectors such as banking and telecommunications. Currently specializing as a Splunk security engineer, he excels in log ingestion, alert optimization, and system health monitoring, ensuring robust and efficiently security operations. His job includes critical roles in risk reporting, big data support, and threat analysis, working with clients across Germany, the UK, and Thailand. Known for his strong communication skills and collaborative approach, he has been consistently maintaining productive relationships with stakeholders while contributing to both technical excellence and team oriented growth. Not only that, Mr. Varun has played an instrumental role as a proud alumnus of Kristu Jayanti College during his internship in web development, supported maintaining the college website, and designed a web application to manage alumni requests using PHP. His visible, consistent blends cutting edge tech with energy strategy, placing him at the forefront of industry transformation. With further ado, I request you all to please join me in welcoming a young and dynamic personality today with a big round of applause. Over to you, sir.
You want please? Please. All right, very good morning, everyone. So it feels really nice standing here because it's the first time I'm doing this with a lot of principals from different schools sitting here. So a lot of sessions I've taken for students in Kristu and out Kristu, a lot of people, and in corporate as well, I've trained a lot of people. But this is a very different experience, getting to share my knowledge to a lot of principals of different schools. So that is a very when I got to know that this opportunity is given to me, I was like thinking, okay, this is something that I have to take very seriously because all the time I've been looking at principles of different organization at different level, right? Whenever you go, they are the topmost in the institution. You have a feel of gratitude. You see them. You have that sense of respect all the time. So even now, when I come back to college, when I see our principal, Dr. Father Augustine, it feels that sense of happiness and that thing, right? Principal is always strict and all that kind of things. But when you go to them, they are pretty down to earth. They will speak very open to you, and you feel like, okay, such a big person. They're speaking so nice. It feels really nice, right? And when I thought, okay, fine, I'm going to give a session to a lot of people like that, it was a mixed emotion. I didn't know how to even give a presentation to a set of people who already have a lot of knowledge. So only thing is probably domain wise. In this domain, I might have a little bit of experience, but you all here are much more experienced than I am. So if at all I make a mistake anywhere, please correct me. Please do correct me. Please do stop me wherever I'm making a mistake and tell you're going wrong there. So without that, without delaying it much further, we can start off with the topic. So what I'll give you an outline of what I do and how I'm going to present myself here with the presentation today here. So I come from a cybersecurity background. So I've been working with TCS. I've been there for 5 years, and my journey started there at 2020. So I graduated my UG in 2019, again from Kristu itself. I rejoined back for my masters in 2022. Again at 2024, I got back to TCS. So I was on a leave period and I went back to TCS. And from that time, I've been working with cybersecurity itself. And yeah, things are good. It's going pretty well there. But then whenever I get a chance to come back to KJC, I come back, and many other sessions I've given. So I have this experience in cybersecurity. Apart from that, also in web development. That career of mine started with KJC itself. As ma'am rightly said, I started my web development journey with our college website. So I provided support for our college website, and on the go, I kept on doing a lot of other projects of web development as well. So this is a vague idea of whatever I do and what I'm having experience into. And I'm also happy to tell that my mother is a teacher, so I have helped her a lot in reducing her work. So I will be sharing that to you all, because I know a day in day out job of what happens in a teacher's life. What are the struggles that they have to go through, especially when COVID hit and they had to go online. That's a tough time for a lot of people. Not all the teachers were up to the mark of having that technology standard in that level, what had to be done. Even when it comes to an online teaching, that was difficult. But on the go, everyone picked up. It didn't take much time. Everyone had to understand what is the scenario, and they started on first stage. Okay, online classes, basics. They understood what is Google Forms, how an exam can happen online. A lot of things changed, right? So like that, I know all that. But then we have stepped into another stage where AI has come into the picture. So let's understand how we can leverage those to make our teaching even more efficient. How better we can reach out to the students, and how better we can make them understand. Because earlier, there was hard work included, a lot of hard work. Writing logbook, every teacher's work, writing a lot of logbook. Whenever a PTM meeting comes up, lot of remarks for each students. On the go, the marks calculation process, how much of marks has to be done, correction of papers, all this. I can understand these are manual work that has to be done. But on the go, things are changing. We don't always have to rely on the general manual process, where we can try to automate things, at the same time get things done faster as well, and in a more efficient way. So I will show you some examples of how we can use AI, and it is better if I can even show you a demo. So I've come up with certain scenarios that can help you all in two ways. Getting into the place of the student and understanding what they are feeling and how they can understand things. The best way of teaching is always with an example. Now we might have a restraint of constraints of how much we can show them with examples. But when it comes to AI, the possibilities are endless. You can ask them n number of questions. A mischievous student in your class can ask you a question. You might give an answer. That fellow will be even more smart. He knows the answer, but he will still ask you another question. At one point, you will have to tell, okay, I'll get back to you. So at that point, you can always use an AI. You can show him examples in such a way that he will never ask you a question again. He'll be like, okay, fine, this is the right answer that I wanted, and I'm fine, I'm happy with the answer. So those kind of scenarios we'll tackle. Fine? So, sorry? Yes. So I will quickly walk through the presentation once, just to give you an outline of what things are, and then we will go into the demo, because demo is something that gives you more value. Presentations, after 20 minutes, brain can't process and you'll just forget whatever it is. General things, right? 20 minutes is the max that you can concentrate on something, not more than that. So when it comes to demo, you can see how it is happening, and then we will, understand what it is. So first thing, how many of you all think here AI is something good? You can raise a hand. Okay, pretty good crowd. And how many of you all think AI is making people lazy? Yes? Both are there. The first one is also right. You said AI is good, but at the same time, you also feel it is making people lazy. Why do you think it's making people lazy? Yes. First point that comes to our mind is creativity. You can never put your thought process into it. You just rely on something else. If I give you an assignment, when you say just you give it to your students, the first thing that they do is the exact same topic that you have given. They just go give it to ChatGPT, tell I want so and so assignment to be done. They just copy paste, give it to you. Teachers also became smart. They started identifying, okay, this project is done by ChatGPT. They did not want any ChatGPT. The way the text is written, the grammar, how it is used, they're like, I'm pretty sure my student will not write in this pattern. They were also able to identify. Now students became even more smart. There's something called humanize. You can convert a machine text into a humanized format. There you cannot identify. It will make the general errors that you make. A general human, whatever errors that they can make, even that will make. And if you give it to any tool to identify whether it is done by AI, it will itself tell, no, I see only 30% of AI text in this, the remaining is all pure humanly written text. How do you tackle those? See, when it comes to these things, I can say, yeah, you are trying to kill creativity and you are trying to rely completely on AI. But if you see at the other side of things, right, when it comes to work industry, not all the work actually require people. When it comes to automation, you rely on things, machineries that take heavy work. All this is relied on machines itself. So things changed over time. And when it comes to human manpower, there's time involved. Any business for that factor, time is involved. When you rely on something for a higher time, when you want a business to run, it takes a higher amount of time, the business will not give you a good impact. When you can solve the problem in a lesser time, that is what makes money for them in terms of business. Same way, if you can reduce the time of learning, instead of making them to do the assignments, if they can analyze what is happening, if ChatGPT, instead of asking, do this assignment and give me, if you suggest your students to change the pattern of asking, instead of just telling, do this assignment, you can tell them, try this. Can you explain me what this assignment is? Can you break down the steps? Right? Can you just tell me step by step? If it's a maths problem, you can ask it to solve. And don't stop there with the solution just by writing in the book and giving it. Ask them, let it break down each step. Now the student understands step by step how it is solved. The same way a teacher, how they explain it, let them understand how it is, how the solution comes step by step. So just by asking an additional question, instead of just stopping by taking the result, if you ask cross questions to the AI, right? How is it solved? And why is it used? Many of them studied Pythagoras theorem, right? But many of them don't know the applications of it. So ask questions. Why is it used? Where is it used? How is it actually applicable? So it will also break down the answers for you and give it in a detailed format. So that is where you can tell it is not making you lazy, but it is making you more advanced in learning. Correct, right? So that is where one step ahead, instead of just telling them, okay, you can use, instead of telling them not to use, teach them how to use. Because on the go, trust me, it's already there. I'm not telling 5 years from now or 2 years from now. Currently in the market, everyone uses AI. It's not only restricted to a education domain. Even in my work, day in, day out, even I work with cybersecurity, right? I cannot work without AI. Those days are gone when you just search on Google and then take the results and then understand what it is and then do it. I can tell that my work will not happen without AI. On the go, cyber attacks are also changing. Earlier, it was only a person, a hacker trying to hack something, and you had to only defend them from entering into something else, right? You had a domain, you had a school, you make sure that no one else from outside has coming inside and doing something wrong. But now there are AI bots which comes for attack. So you can stop a person from coming, we have the infrastructure set up, everything is done. But how do you stop an AI which is coming? Because those are machines. Those are programs that are written in such a format that if you break one, it will create another two. You cannot stop them. So we had to pace ourselves and go up, write codes in such a way that even the defense system is made with AI. If an AI is trying to attack us, an AI itself should defend them. The same way, if you go further, right, from 2-3 years from now, the education industry will change completely with AI. Almost all the jobs might get automated, except for the teacher's job. It will always require, regardless of whatever you say, it is there. But then, as I said, cross-questioning. Most of the AI works with generative AI, right? What happens is, it learns from mistakes and corrects itself. Even in ChatGPT, if you see, if I ask it something, it gives me an answer. I can tell it, I think you are wrong. Probably this is the right answer. It will believe. Because it is not a teacher. A teacher will tell, you know what, you are wrong. Because I have studied, I know how this works. You might be wrong. I will correct you and it will correct you back. When you tell something wrong to a ChatGPT or anything back, it will tell you, you know what, you are right. It will accept you that you are right and it will correct itself. But however, it does validation. On a later scale, larger scale, it does validation. Then this data is stored into the repository. So that's what, as Sir said, if you have heard of Khan Academy, it was one of the online tutoring service which was there earlier. Then they had online resources. Now they have their e-tutors. They can rely on AI for tuition services. This is there. But on the go, a lot of things can be replaced, but not a teacher. I will still say that. No threat to teachers. Because end of the day, even if you need to train an AI system, right, you need to have knowledge. A base will always be a human mind. Because whenever something goes wrong in an AI, you need someone to correct it. I can tell there is no threat to teachers, but I cannot tell about the mass. If there are 100, 90 might be affected. The crowd matters, right? Even in job industry, right? Currently in the market, if you see, earlier the team, probably a team of 20 was required to do a project. Right now, if you see, every tech team might have a team of 12, 7, some 3. My team runs with 3. 3 people for one whole project. The count is just reduced because half of our work is automated. Why do we need people? That's how it is. So I'll just walk through this entire presentation of mine, then we will step into the, I think I just spoke a lot. In the flow, I just went off. So I'll just quickly finish this, and then we will go to the practicals. Fine? Okay, so let's understand what AI in education actually requires. Okay, so personalized learning. Why personalized learning is required? Not every student are the same. Some will understand things much faster, some might not. So when it comes to personalized learning, you can ensure that each student is getting the attention that they deserve. So when you give assignments, right, if you know the pattern of how the student is able to solve the problem, if one is able to solve it faster, the next assignment that you give, you can change the pattern, right? Not everyone needs to solve the same amount of problems that you give. If one is very fast, probably the next assignment that you give to him can be a little bit in a higher level. Probably the one who's trying to just pick up things, for him you can give a little bit lesser problem so he understands how to solve that and then step by step come up. So that way, if you focus on personalized learning, it will help them to go in such a faster pace or a lower pace, whatever it is. End goal is to make them understand whatever you study is there. The logics you understand. That's what we need, right? We need to understand, we need to make them understand the concepts are understood. Our end goal is not to make everyone score 100% or above 90%. Knowledge is what matters, right? End of the day, how are they going to use that knowledge that they have gained? So concepts, they get this concept straight into their minds so that they don't forget it further. And then automation. What are the day-to-day jobs that you do? A lot of things that are repetitive. Taking attendance, the entry of marks, all these are very repetitive contents, right? Every day we have to do it. We have to call out the name of students every day. We have to listen, yes, they are present, absent. Things are changing nowadays. People are relying on ID cards, RFID ID cards. You just need to tap and the attendance is marked. There are, I think if you have walked around the college and seen the infrastructure, you see the library where you can take books and walk out, right? It is RFID systems. The same thing can be implemented with students' attendance as well. Once they walk into the classroom itself, the attendance can be marked. A lot of schools have already implemented these facilities as well. So all this kind of repetitive task, what is there? All that if you can optimize, you can focus on education only. So you can, focus on training them well rather than wasting time on these attendance. Because from my school days till date, whatever I've seen, a teacher has to spend around 5 minutes to take attendance. Now 5 minutes every day compiled together for a whole year makes a lot of time, which can be utilized for something else. So tasks like these, what is repetitive, can be reduced. And then content creations, how the way you create your notes. You might be relying on your solid notes that you have been holding from the past few years, which is always working every year. That perfect notes, I have also worked on this, right? So that one good student's note, which has proper content, good handwriting, it works. It keeps on passing on years after years and you rely on that notes. But why can't we optimize it even more? Because day-to-day life, examples are changing, things are changing. Why hold a 5 years old or 6 years old note when you can actually make a note which is relevant to the current year? You can ask it, change contents, change the examples of whatever happened recently, right? Instead of, see, right now we are in a bad time with Pakistan. There's a lot of fight happening. If you can teach them what is happening with the scenario right now, what is happening, students will relate. They will also be able to understand what is the scenario right now, apart from only seeing the news and understanding. Students, most of the time, they don't see the news. But if you can teach them what is right and what is wrong at a very young age, we can stop a lot of things that can happen later. So relate things to whatever is happening in the market right now. Now, thing is, not every teacher might have to, see the news and teach everything. So it is a hard work, right? You can't always keep relating to the live examples. Let AI do the work. Tell them real world examples. You need some real world examples. And what is happening currently, with that you want some examples. You can do that. It will provide. Now when I say it can do, it can provide, you might be confused how to do it also. I will show you, no issues. Okay? So predictive analysis. So this is again based on the, I said, right, each student are not the same. You will have to see, in a different way. So that way you can also predict what is happening, how the performance is increasing. You don't have to have a record of whatever is happening in written records. You can tell, probably like a digital diary of yours, you can tell. So today I took this class and I see that this person has answered a lot of questions. It's like a digital diary. You just keep telling it. And end of the month you ask, can you just give me a report of whatever happened in the past 1 month and tell me the performance of each student? So what you did was just telling it daily what happened. Like how you write a diary, you just kept on giving data. And end of the month, you will know that which student actually performed well and which is not, and where attention is required. All these things can be done. Okay? So these things you can note down. Because these are the, majority of the people rely on these tools. First being ChatGPT. There are Gemini tools, other tools, but I'm pretty sure most of them would have used ChatGPT here. So you can just take this because I'll show you what it is as well. Not everything, I'll explain a few in this. So I have categorized it into 4 segments: content creation, writing and research, assessment and feedback, and organization and planning. So when it comes to content creation, this is basically nothing but your lesson plans creation. How can you divide the teaching materials? You will have your syllabus, how you want to divide it based on the semesters, midterm, and the final exams when it comes, how to differentiate it, what topics has to be covered. Now fun fact here is, you can feed it with data. It will learn whatever you tell. So each school might have their own timetable, right? Give your timetable to it, teach. Tell him this is our timetable, this is the time allotted for each teachers. According to that, can you just give me the classes that I can give to each teacher, and how the teacher can use that time to teach a certain topic. Now it knows how much time is required for teaching one topic. So you don't have to tell that. All these it already knows. So based on that, it will categorize. It will tell you on which day how much content can be taught, when an exam, a surprise test can be conducted, or probably when an assignment can be given. What has to be taught first and then an assignment can be given. All that you can ask it to do. You can do that also. You can tell that, this is the maximum allotted time, because everyone has a constraint, right? Probably a class might last for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. You can tell this is the session allowed for each teacher in one class. So not more than that. So for that time duration, how many topics can be covered? So all that also can be done. And then Canva Magic Write is there. You can generate images as well. Generally, from downloading from Google, you will always, that is the best go-to method that you always do. But you also have an AI software that's always there, which can be used to generate the images. If you have tried your general WhatsApp, if Meta has released the features on WhatsApp where you can use image generations or AI-based facilities, how many of you all have tried it on your WhatsApp? Yes? Yeah. But still, the crowd seems to be very less. WhatsApp is something that how many of you all use WhatsApp? But why not AI in WhatsApp? It is there on WhatsApp. Yes, Meta AI is there. Now, you can try ask questions, understand what it is. That also can do great wonders. Right? But considering that a larger scale of people are using it on WhatsApp, the limitations will be there. So when you go to something that is new, you might get a lot of extra benefits. But on the go, if it becomes really huge, they have to constrain because these AI tools actually use a lot of resources. They can't give it on a full free cost to you, right? They have some catch behind this. Either your data is at stake, they will use that data for something else. You might give your notes of your school, whatever is there. AI is training itself with your notes, right? So it will understand whatever you're telling. It will take it as a data repository as well. So try whatever you get on the way, right? When it comes to AI, just give it a try to understand what it is. Image generations are available online. You just need to give a prompt, nothing complex. Just go to the website, sign in, and then give the prompt. They have made it so easier that you don't have to do anything else. Free version. Every AI platform that is there as of now is giving free credits. Because it is new in the market and almost everyone are giving it free. Only thing is, if you overutilize it, it will tell your quota is reached and you'll have to use it. Don't worry, use another email ID. Simple. Use another email ID. But I don't think for the amount of tasks that you will be giving, it will exceed its limit. Even at a lower pace, it will answer. The response time might be lesser, but it will still provide it. As I said, ChatGPT itself is giving a lot of resources. If you want to go for alternative, yes. Premium plus subscription, yes. Yes. There are so many in the market. You can rely on Gemini as well. Gemini is by Google. If I take names, it is endless. There is Gemini, there is Gamma AI, there is, ChatGPT, there is Copilot, there is Blackbox AI. Sorry? Grok. I've not heard of this. Teachermatic. See, everyone has so many answers here. That is the limit for AI, right? It is just going on. That is the best part of it. And trust me, it is just a website which is having a machine learning model behind it running. That's it. And if you want to create one on your own, even that is available. If you are a little bit technically strong, probably 10-20% of technical knowledge is there, you can create your own chatbot to do your work. You can train, you can have a chatbot in which you can store only details of your school. Meaning the size of your school, the crowd of your school, how many students are studying in the school, what are the facilities in your school. Don't teach it anything else. Only teach contents about your school. What are the subjects you teach? What is the fee pattern? All these things, fees. Tuitions, how many teachers do you have? What is the student is to teacher ratio? All these things you teach. Now that AI chatbot will not know anything except this. You cannot ask it to solve a maths problem, but it will know what is your school. So when someone comes to your school website and asks a general question about your school, it will always give the answer. It will tell this is the fees and this is the student is to teacher ratio. You can ask me anything else, I can help you with it. It will be very polite as a human, it will answer in such a way. You can do that as well. These are customized chatbots. Instead of relying on the generic chatbots, you can use customized chatbots as well. Only thing is, again, credits are used because I said, same like how you pay for a human being for working, you already need some resources, right? This particular software of yours is running somewhere on a cloud server or a physical machine in your school. Somewhere it is running, right? It needs some resources. So for that, you will have to pay. I have created one model for identifying currency. So when you take a snapshot of a currency and you upload it, it will detect and tell what's wrong in that currency pattern, or it will tell how much what is the denomination, when it was released, all these things. It didn't take much time. It was all simple. So when you start exploring, right, the possibilities are endless. So these are the tools, and I will be explaining a few in this. So majority of the time you will have to rely on ChatGPT. Notion not really much required, but for making notes and things, storing contents for longer term, you can use Notion. Grammarly, majority of them would have used for correcting their grammars. Now Grammarly is also providing features where you can embed it to your phones. You, instead of using your general keyboards, you can use Grammarly keyboards, where it will automatically correct your grammatical errors. Whenever you type a message, even on WhatsApp, it will correct itself. It will suggest you a polite version. You can set it in such a way that, are you a teacher? Are you a business professional? You can select the profession, and based on that, it will change the prompt. So when you give something, before sending the message, it will tell, this seems to be a little impolite. So you can just tell, okay, you just change it. So it will change that sentence in such a way that the same thing that you have written feels a little bit more nice while reading. You can do that. Exactly, it shows you examples. Which one you want to pick from, which are the 3 things that is available, you can pick. Okay, this seems to be right, click on that, it will take that content. So it's available. And then assessment and feedbacks, this third part is where I will be showing you all demo, and I will explain you all how it is happening as well. Okay, so these I've already said. So these are the toppings. For lesson planning, you can use these. ChatGPT. For writing improvement and grammatical correction, paraphrasing, all this you can rely on Quillbot and Grammarly. So I gave you an example, right? Students converting the ChatGPT text from AI format to a humanized format. Quillbot can be used for it. So even you can use it for, converting contents like that. And then you have GradeScope, so Creative. All these are automatic grading systems. So when you want to grade students based on their performance, all that, you can use these kind of tools. Canva Magic Writes, again, it can be used for creating presentation. How many of you all would have heard of Gamma AI? Yeah, you would have used also, right? I'll just show you also how it works. It's not that complicated, simple. If you just combine the help of ChatGPT and Gamma AI, you can come out with beautiful presentations like the one which is being presented right now. So you can just use ChatGPT and Gamma. ChatGPT gives you the content, Gamma can give you the presentations. You should know how to give the prompt. In industry, right, there are courses which is called prompt engineering. It's nothing but giving the right prompt to AI. You give it in the right format, it will always give you the answer. You give it in the wrong format, it will give you wrong answers. So there is a particular course which you can do on prompt engineering to give the right prompt. So that you get contents in the right format. So these are the majority tools that I also use for my day-to-day work. Apart from these, there are some customized tools that I use. Okay, so benefits and challenges. So as I said first, time saving. Time is something that is very essential, and you can always make sure that things are completed on time by using AI facilities. And then personalized learning experience, which I already mentioned. And then immediate and actionable feedbacks. So whenever I gave you an example of this as well. Whenever a student has doubt, you can give an answer, but not always cross-questioning it. So all that kind of feedback answers and systems can always be implemented here. Now, thing is, when it comes to this engaging and accessible tools, right? AI has come into every place, even your computers, even your mobile phones, literally every place. But only thing is, are you aware of wherever it is available? That's the question. Because, see, for example, it's a presentation, right? PPT presentation. How many of you all would have used a snipping tool? A snipping tool, what does it do generally? Yes. Correct. Just take a snapshot. You have a system screen, I just need to take a snapshot of this, I can use a snipping tool. Are you aware of any AI facilities within the snipping tool? See, snipping tool, many of them have used, but no one is aware of the AI facilities that is embedded in it. It's a simple thing, right? I'll just show you. So what do? You just go to search. You search for what is a snipping tool. It comes out. Now what you have to do is click on new and basically just select the section which you want to snip. It's like taking a screenshot. How you take it on your phone, right? Similar to that. Now it has taken the photo of it. I have it here. I can save it as an image, share it on WhatsApp or whatsoever, I can do it. But are you aware that whenever it comes to PDF and text, you would have faced these difficulties where you can't copy contents? Exactly, you can't edit. And you cannot rely on always sitting and typing that entire content. Majority of you all would have faced this problem, right? Simple solution. See, this is a new feature that is here. Click on it. It will scan. Now all this is in a selectable format. Copy it. Simple. Now instead of relying and sitting that, rewriting that entire PDF or just copy pasting the contents one by one, if you have an entire PDF, just take a snippet of it like this and click on this one particular dialogue. That's it. And this is already there in all the systems. You are using, anyone who using a Windows machine with the latest OS, it is there. Yes, it is possible. It can also read from text. Image to text. It can be done. But why going till ChatGPT when you already have it in your system? This will work directly without any, issues. I can just copy this content directly. I can go anywhere. I can paste it here. See? The content is back here. See? The same content that is here, which I took it in an image format, I was just able to scan it. So what you have to identify is also the same, right? When you have a lot of facilities which is already there within the machine itself, your phone is able to do a lot of things. The new phones that have come, Samsung phone or the OnePlus phone, anything that you take, your general iPhone itself, anything, it has a lot of AI in it, right? You're able to erase contents from the photos. You select that particular section, it erases the photo itself. So start exploring things in such a way that you can also share this knowledge to the students. And so these are very basic things which you can use for, upgrading yourself in what generally you do. Because see, one major problem that was there, you're not able to copy things from a PDF. You just found a solution for that in a very easy way. So like this, if you use these tools, right, general tools that are available in day-to-day life, you will be able to reduce a lot of time and work. Now challenges, over-dependency on AI tool. Now don't rely on AI for everything. It has made your work easy, but don't rely on it for everything. The best example I'll give you have to write a research paper, don't rely on ChatGPT. Because your research paper is going to be read by a lot of people. They are going to infer knowledge from what you have researched, not an AI researched paper. There might be something wrong in that as well, what the ChatGPT has given, but it is getting stronger day by day. It will not be able to differentiate between a person's and a ChatGPT content as well. But when it comes to a research, it is something really important. So try to get generic contents based on what survey you do, what understanding you have, the experience that you have gathered over the years. That is what matters. Now, when I say experience that you have gained over the years, as a human, we have a restriction of gaining it within our age limit. We study only within probably what our lifespan might be 80, and our researchers might start at the age of 25 to 30 between this, and we might research a lot. In our 35s or 40, we might release one paper with some research. So whatever you have given is only that particular span, right? Whatever you did. But when it comes to an AI machine, it has data which is there from the past so many years. You will give a solution based on what you have inferred from the past, what data you have in hand. But when it comes to AI tools, the data that it has is endless. It can store your grandfather's data. It can store your ancestors, a lot of generations before the data, whatever is there, it can hold. Now, when I say ChatGPT, you also know that many of you all have been using it day to day, right? You have already been asking it a lot of questions. Are you sure that ChatGPT knows about you now? Yes? The way you ask questions based on what you ask. Have you ever said you're a teacher to ChatGPT or are you a principal to ChatGPT? You can ask ChatGPT, can you tell who I am? It will give you a description of what you are. Fun fact, you can even ask it, can you just assume what I am, generate an image of what I do in a day-to-day life, and it will give you a picture of what you do. Yeah, see, she has given the Facebook ID to ChatGPT itself, so it is able to give it back. Okay, this is your Facebook ID now. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a friend request later. It has happened because the chatbot, if you've used Twitter before it became X, when it was on Twitter, right? There was AI bots which were used for tweeting. So based on the current scenarios that is happening in the market, it used to tweet. I think we have very limited time. We should go fast and go for the, actual practicals that we do. So it can actually tweet. It can understand the scenarios, what is happening in the market, and based on that, it used to generate tweets. And that became a big issue. It actually started speaking things against humans. It happened. And they had to immediately bring it down. They had to stop things. There are machine learning models which actually communicate with each other in machine learning formats. Humans will not understand the format. It will speak. You can only hear gibberish. You might not understand, but your language might be slower for it to understand. When you put any language of ours, it takes time for it to tell and understand. The same message that has to be communicated between two AI machines can be done by using its own language in a matter of seconds. So that way it is changing. The world is changing very fast in these things. So I have this habit of deviating a lot. So let bring me back when I'm getting deviated a lot. So is AI cheating? This was based on one question that I already asked before. It again depends. If you are actually using it a lot and not using your brain at all, completely relying on it, I would say that is cheating. But if you're using it for something good, if you're able to infer knowledge from it, and probably the next time you hear the same question, you'll not go back to ChatGPT because you already know the answer to it. So that is, gaining knowledge through it is never a cheating. Fine? So ethics, that is something really important, right? When it comes to teaching, be responsible. Whatever work we do, it's good to be responsible when we are actually understanding what we do. Rather than just blindly using the contents, understand what we do and then use it. Fine? So, equity challenges. This I already gave an example, not going much into it. So, critical thinking, this is very important. And this is why I always keep telling that analyze what is happening all the time. Instead of just relying on the blind contents given by ChatGPT and just learning that, it might also be wrong, right? You never know. It is also trained based on data what is already available. Correct. It will be wrong a lot of times. First 2-3 times you will, just take it, learn. Later you will start believing it blindly. Even if it gives you a wrong information, you just study that itself. So that is where analysis is very important. You should know you should know what domain you're into, and you should have knowledge from the domain so that you can correct when something goes wrong. ChatGPT is just like an assistant to you. It is not a replacement for you. Don't use it like it has to do all your work. It is just like an assistant of yours who is there, and you are just going to, guide it, make it understand what the scenario is, and give me a solution to it. I will just see what it is, and I will, think whether I should go ahead with it or not. Fine? So, future of AI, these are majority of the things that might come in the future. Combining the combinations of AI and VR, you can have classes from home itself. They don't have to come to the schools. They can just sit at home, wear the VR glasses through which the classes will happen. That is one possibility, which is already there. And trust me, this will happen. A lot of things will change, this will happen. And then, one issue that always happens is dropouts. A lot of students drop out in between. All that can be prevented. Once you start teaching them in their own pace, the dropout ratio will reduce. And then, audience prompt. Okay, this is something that you have to tell me. 2030, I just gave an example of 5 years from now, right? So how do you think 5 years from now, the classrooms will look like? How do you think the teaching might change? You have any insights? Virtual classes, one thing possible. What else have you thought? What are the things that you have in mind? Yes? Virtualization will be there, so 3D classes. Sorry? E-learning. E-learning is already there. It will become much more stronger. Yes? Sorry? Robots. Yes. True. See, the possibilities are endless, right? It will just keep going and going. So 5 years from now, if these are the things that you have kept in mind which will happen, how are we ready for it? Are we in place to tackle it? So that is what we should be thinking now. Are we AI enabled? Are we understanding how it works? If we do not step up to that phase, pretty sure that 5 years from now we might be at risk. But if we make sure that we learn how things are happening, how we can step up with it, we will also be there along with it. That's what it is. Fine. So I think I'll finish this and I'll just directly go to the examples. So see, I gave you an example, right? I showed you this presentation how I made. I think I'll show you Gamma as well. So you can note the links. So gamma.app is the link. Okay. Yes. It gives you free credits. I think 40 credits are given. Again, once the credit is over, new email ID. See, to be frank, you don't have to always create a new email ID. You can also use temporary email IDs. So I will also show you an example of that. There's something called temp mail. It is like a disposal mail. So you come here. You can note down these links, okay, so that you can use. So what happens is when a temp mail generates, it gives you a temporary email ID. Okay, so this is a temporary email ID. So I can just copy this, create your account with this, because you don't have to always use your personal details and then create it, because it might be just for a one-time use, but once you use this probably you might get a lot of advertisement mails later. So you use this, copy this mail, create your account with this email ID, and then probably use it. So you don't have, once you use this email ID, copy this mail ID, you generally need an OTP or something to activate it, right? You will receive it here itself. This is n number of mails. There's no limit. And there is not only this temp mail, you have alternate also, something called yop mail. Yop mail, 1 second, yeah. Temp mail or yop mail. You cannot send mails, you can only receive mails here. Yeah, this is also a disposal mail. So, yeah, if you open the session once, it will be active. Till you close the session, it will be there. Once you close and come back, it will change. The email ID will change. If it comes to Yop mail, you can decide your own name. So you can give whatever name you want. If my name is Varun Govind, the mail ID will look something like varungovind@yopmail.com, and you can use it as long as you want. No restrictions on time. As long as I trigger a mail, you can see the mail here, but you can't send any mails. It's only for receiving mails. So using that mail ID, you can register any of your AI services and use it. So you will not have any kind of disturbances by sending a lot of spam mails or anything as such. So I just gave an example for this. So let me take a new prompt. Give me any scenario. Let's make a presentation for any scenario. You can give it. Any scenario. Any class, any session. You can give me any topics. Sorry? Help. How to? Okay. Okay. So prompt is important, right? So I'll tell it. I'll explain it in such a way that I'm a person trying to interact with it. So I want to present on a topic. So this example I already said you, right? Grammarly. It keeps correcting me whenever I go somewhere, wrong somewhere. Sorry? Mobile also, yes. Okay? So this is what the prompt I gave. Let's just see how it is going to divide. Okay, so it gave me a scenario, see? Slide 1, it gave me an objective, brief, why this matters, political and diplomatic relations. It gave me all. Based on what I gave, it gave me a 5-slide content, right? Now I just copy this whole content. I go into Gamma. Where is Gamma? Gamma. Create new. So once I went to Gamma, I just create a new presentation, paste the text in here. Okay, so I just copied the entire content, just put it straight away here, did not make any changes to it. But again, prompt is important. I don't have time, so that's why I'm not doing it. I'll just remove these contents which is not required. Okay, I think these are fine.
So I just gave this and I said I want a presentation. You can also do web page, document, social, whatever you want you can do. I'm just doing it as a presentation for now. So I give continue. So this all is happening in fractions of seconds, right? Not even taking much time. So it gave me an option like this. So this is what it will look like. First page, the second page will be slide 1, slide 2, and slide 3. If I want to modify anything here, I can even modify it here. But these are the slides that I have given. Okay, so, and I also said, right, 40 credits will be costing for this. So they have already given free credits. I'm using the same free credits. And I give continue. Now it is asking me to select one particular design that I want. I can use any one particular design. So per se, I want to use, something like this. Okay, so I like things in dark shades, so I'm taking things here. Okay, so this is how it will look. It's just giving you an idea of how your presentation color themes might look. And then I just click on generate. Yes. And here you go. The presentation is ready. Sorry? You can. For now, there is no motion graphics included in AI generations. It only generates images, but you can also generate it separately and add it. So this can be downloaded as a PPT also. So once you do that, you can generate images separately and just put it back. Normal PPT, how we use it, right? Just generally, you can do that. Images also will be generated. 1 second. Yeah, see, images are also generated. Yes. You can change the prompts. Okay, so you can change the prompt as well. So this is the outline that has been already generated. Now I can come here. You want to edit the image basically, right? So just click on this edit image. Now this is the prompt that has been currently given for generating this particular image. Now I don't want this. I want to generate something else. So this says dramatic sunrise over India, Pakistan border, and this is what is given. If I don't want this, I just can change anything. So image of an apple. Generate. That's it. And the color here is all generated because of the style given here. Modern and bold, high-tech influence. These are the prompts that you have to change. So I just changed the image to an apple here. You can do that. But for yours, you cannot directly add motion graphics. You need to separately do it and include it. So again, once the presentation is ready, so it's all ready, you can export it. You can click on share. You have an option to export it. And from export, you have an option to export it to PowerPoint. And this will download it as a PowerPoint file. And you can generally present it however you present a normal PPT, you can do that. So this way you can just make, how much did we take? Just 5 minutes time? Max 5 minutes? We just gave the topic, took the content, just made a presentation out of it. If you're not happy with the contents, you can always change it. You can come back here, select the contents, change data, whatever you want to, and go with the flow. That's it. You want to add some special topics of yours, even you can do that. Fine? So I'm running out of time. So I will use 5 more minutes. I actually wanted to show one more thing as well. I'll quickly show that. And then we will go for question answers as well. So this one particular thing I just wanted to show you, which you can use a lot, which is nothing but Magic School. So you have so many options here. You have options to generate image, create your lesson plans, worksheet generators, all these things. When it comes to school, even writing your feedback for students on report card, that is also a process that they have to follow all the time, right? Even that. You can just give one-liners of each student and it will give you an entire prompt for the student. So just to give you an example, if you want to create a lesson plan, click on it. See, you can select which class you want to create the lesson plan for. So if I just click 9th grade, I'll just take this particular topic which is already here. And snippet. Yeah, so this is a topic that I'll take. Yeah. So I did not do anything. I just gave generally whatever is there. I just gave it. And I asked it to prepare a lesson plan. See how it is prepared for me. So this is how, I mean, a general lesson plan, whatever contents it has to hold, it will have all of it. See? The same way you can create quizzes, worksheets, assignments, all these things. Last thing, I will just show you one fun fact. You are bad at jokes in the classroom. No problem, even that is included here. You have classroom jokes. You can ask it to generate few classroom jokes for you. Teacher jokes. So I'll wind up with this and then we'll have some more question answers and then we'll wind up. Fine? So again, it'll ask for class, which class, what kind of level of joke you require. So I'll go for 10th, something. In math or chemistry. It just gave me random. If you can read what's written. Why was the equal sign so humble? Because it knew it wasn't less than or greater than anyone else. Simple. So see, even if you are bad at jokes, even that you can get it from here. So you have endless option here. You have, again, this also has a free limit, but if you want the premium facilities, you will have to pay for it. So every AI platform, they do the same thing. They give you the free sources first, and then they start asking you for the payments, so that you understand what are the facilities, and then we can, use the facilities. So that's it. I have completed my demonstration as well. If there's any questions, you can post. Thank you so much. I think that time has been, helpful for you all to understand what's happening currently with tech here. Fine. Yes.
Is it advisable to use the paid version?
See, if it's a school and you have a lot of work to do, it is advised to use. You can probably take one account and share it between the teachers so that everyone can use it. Okay. See, even when it comes to ChatGPT, the premium versions that they charge is 2,000 rupees per month. So if you are breaching the limit of what you're currently using, and if you feel like it is necessary, then go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you open to an invitation to come and talk in our school?
Sure. I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay. And your fees?
Fees, I don't have any fees. I've not been doing this as a profession on a whole.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I'll get in touch.
Yeah, sure. Sure, I can do that. Sure, I can. Yeah. No, it is not. As long as you don't use it for your personal purposes, which probably have your personal data in the mail, no problem. Yeah, so I'll do one thing. You can I have a website of mine which is called varungovind.site. So you can just search for varungovind.site. My name is Varun Govind and it is .site. Fine, so you have my phone number, my email ID, my LinkedIn, you can connect me there.
Mr. Varun?
Yes.
Is there any resource to learn prompting?
Yes, prompt engineering courses are available for free on Udemy. Udemy. I have got my certification there itself for prompt engineering. Prompt engineering. Images? Yes, there are tools. There are tools for that as well. It can be done. That is basically the motion graphics ma'am was talking about. There are tools for that as well.
Sir,
Okay, so I think
sir,
I'll go
last
down and I'll
question.
keep answering.
Sir,
Yeah. I'll take all the questions, no problem, after some time, yeah.
sir,
As we are heading for the valedictory and we know that our class is quite engaging a student, engaging all the teachers, so parallel we'll be taking the Q&A and we'll be making arrangements simultaneously, so you all may go ahead. Over to you, Varun.
Yeah, you can go with the questions, I'll answer.
sir,
Data into voices. I have come across certain softwares which can do that. Not even software, some websites are there which you can give the prompt, it will convert to text as well. Generally it is available. That is not requiring much AI. ChatGPT I have not tried, but it must be working. Because it can generate, no, video generation takes a lot of credits, so you might exhaust your free limit. Because, no, it is not like that. 40 credits are for other sources. For ChatGPT, it comes based on utilization. So it changes. It depends on variance. Yes. Yes. Yes, it will work.
Sir,
You just need to go to the website, it will work. Just go on Google and search for Magic School. The first link that you will get will work. You can do it directly with your phone itself. So, yeah, so whenever it comes to AI, right, as ma'am also asked if you want to use your temp mail, is it good, safe to use? Do not share any personal data to any of your training materials. So whenever you share your personal data, that is when it becomes a problem. Make sure what is classified. Data security is a very important thing. Don't give out all your data so that you understand what you are. So as long as you have this in mind, you can use it as much as you want.
sir, I
Yes.
just tried with the temp mail.
Temp mail, yes.
And can it be used for any like apps like Gamma and anything?
You can use it. See,
Sir, when I tried,
yeah.
it is saying like you have to confirm your email
Yes.
by clicking the link. Then
Yeah.
what to do, sir?
So once you send the link, right, you can go back to the same place from where you got the mail ID.
Okay.
Go back to the same page from where you copied your email ID. Scroll below, you'll be able to see the mail there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes. You can ask, yeah. Yes, yes. Yes. Correct. You can use ChatGPT itself. Yes. Yes, it will take it. Just follow the same chat pattern. In one chat itself, keep sharing everything. If you come back the next day, continue from the same chat where you stopped. Don't start a new chat. It becomes easier for you to understand. It will work even if you don't do it in the same chat, but it is easier if you do it in the same chat. Yes. Yes. So email security is it's a very good question that you asked. So threatening mails, right? Make sure you understand the domain of it, from where you're receiving the mail. After your email ID, it stays @ so and so, right? If it's a Gmail, it says Gmail. When it's a Gmail, just report it. You don't have to worry about it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can generate. You don't have to download, it's just a website. You can directly use it. You can use black box AI. For generating applications, website, or all these things, you can rely on black box AI. You can give the prompt and it will generate it for you. No. Again, cyber threats, what kind of threat? When you say cyber threat, it is a vast thing, right? Email security comes into picture. No. As long as you don't share any personal data, it is fine. See, there is this thing, right? Don't click on links. Don't click on unauthorized emails. Don't share your OTPs, all these things. Ensure these things are taken care of. Apart from that, there's no worry about it. That is why I also suggested not to use your personal email ID, because your personal mail IDs will be linked to your bank accounts and all the other things. So when you come and do all these kind of things, use a separate email ID. Don't use the same email ID which you use for your banking purposes. So when it comes to things like ChatGPT, they can't directly use the data of student for any purpose that they want, but generic data that they can take. Because you are consenting them to use that data for the research purpose of the organization. When it comes to Facebook also, right? They used your data only for sharing it with your friends and contents, but it was also shared to another academy for research purpose from where it got leaked. So they will have their privacy protocols in place, but if that breaches, that is the only place it can go out. Other than that, no problem. Yeah. I think I've covered all the questions. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Varun. And we could actually see a live class and the student engaging the teachers and principals. So that again is quite heartening, because when our student, takes over and is speaking so well and answering all the queries. So the real teaching and learning, and like we as teachers always say that learning is not just from one end. Teaching and learning is a two-way method. So this was a real testimony, and the close of all the sessions of the 10th educators meet today at this note shows that our purpose and the idea which we had for this summit has made real sense. So just to thank and acknowledge this effort.